Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to recap the Minnesota Vikings victory over the Green Bay Packers. Now, this was a result that I was not expecting. I had the Green Bay Packers winning this game, and I said in my NFL Week 17 picks and predictions video that I just had to trust Aaron Rodgers to win this game, especially, and this was my biggest point. And a lot of you Vikings fans didn't like this point, and I guess you're right at the end of the day, but you have to admit it's a valid point. The Packers went to Minnesota and they kicked your ass. They did. Okay, now you went to Green Bay and you kicked their ass. Okay, fine. That's weird. That's abnormal. So I'm not going to predict something like that's happening unless there's evidence to suggest this. Some of you say Green Bay's been struggling lately. I say okay. But then I remind you that going into Minnesota, Green Bay wasn't playing their best football. Minnesota was playing pretty good football. It was pretty much a similar scenario, but now you're telling me it's in Green Bay? I expect Aaron Rodgers to show up and to play well enough to win. He didn't. The Vikings played well enough. Teddy Bridgewater wasn't very good today. He wasn't. His deep ball, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's his timing with the receivers. I do admit and say that his receivers suck. And I said this preseason. Go back to my Vikings preseason video. I said the lack of wide receiver talent will be the death of this football team. I cannot believe how many Vikings fans are trying to tell me that Charles Johnson was going to be their holy grail at the wide receiver position. How absurd do you look now? Everyone knew except for you. But overall, congratulations. You won this game. You won the NFC North title. You're going to be hosting Seattle. What a nice present for you. And it looked okay last week when they lost to St. Louis. But, man, they kicked the Cardinals' ass today. And I think the Cardinals are the best team in football right now, even despite their loss today. So you should be worried. Period. I mean, this is very, very, very troubling. This was in Arizona. They kicked their ass today. And who am I going to pick? I don't know. Stay tuned for my wild card predictions this Wednesday for that. But, man, it's conflicting because the Vikings, this is a very impressive win defensively. Offensively, they have issues. And Adrian Peterson can run well, but he's not going to take over a game against Seattle. He's not going to do that. Can Teddy Bridgewater and these receivers do enough? We'll see what my prediction is on Wednesday. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers, they can save this season. I don't think it's going to happen. And you're talking about going to Washington. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to pick yet, but you're talking about going to Washington, a team that's playing really, really well. And I want the Packers to succeed because they are my Super Bowl pick. If I could get my preseason Super Bowl pick right, I would be happy. That's something I want. I'm rooting for. I'm cheering that on. But, man, I don't see it. You have to figure things out now, and you've had 16 weeks, 17 weeks to figure it out. You haven't. Issues in Green Bay. I don't see any help on the way. Wow. I mean, wow. Green Bay has issues, man. Yikes. All right, so that's great analysis I just gave, right? I mean, God, Green Bay. Disappointing me, man. So anyway, I'm not a Packers fan. I want my preseason pick to do well. So really, that's all I want to talk about in this game. Vikings win, but they lose because they get to go to Seattle. Packers lose. But I guess it's better going to Washington, I guess. But I'm not sure of this because Washington's playing well. So really, I think both teams are screwed. But we'll see in my predictions who I officially pick. All right, so let's talk about the other games really quickly because it really didn't matter. All right, so we had the Denver Broncos. This is the one that really did matter. Denver Broncos, they beat the San Diego Chargers. Peyton Manning is back. He's at the quarterback helm once again. Despite me thinking that he was absolutely dreadful in 2015, I will admit that he looked okay today. Okay, fine. You cannot deny that he had 9 touchdowns to 17 interceptions this season, which is horrible. Now, maybe he added a touchdown today, whatever. He had 9 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns to 17 interceptions, had the worst qualified passer rating in the NFL. That is significant and that is bad, especially when you have Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas and Vernon Davis to your disposal. Now, yes, Vernon Davis didn't join the front until week 5 or 6. Those are still better weapons than 22 teams in the NFL. Period. Maybe 25, 26, 27. That's a great group of receivers. And for you to go that bad with them is significant. Now, has he figured it out? Is he healthy? We'll find out. He better have. Now, they have a nice bye week. They're the #1 seed. These are things I had. I had the Broncos being the #1 seed. I had the Broncos going to the AFC Championship. We'll see if that comes true. I had the Broncos going to the Super Bowl. We'll see if that will be true. I had them losing the Super Bowl. We'll see if that will be true. But I like their chances, but they have to figure out the quarterback situation. It's a situation. And with the Patriots losing today, the AFC is officially wide open for business. And we're going to learn a lot wild card weekend. And this is an NFL season where both the 5 and 6 seeds in both divisions, maybe not even the Packers, but in both divisions, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Each and every single one of them, the Packers being the worst of them. And that's a damn good worst. So we're going to see what happens with these wild cards, but pay attention to this wild card round more than you ever would. All right, so Kansas City, they beat Oakland. Oakland, they finished 7-9. That's a nice season for them. We'll see if they can improve next year and the year after that and the year after that. I'm very interested to see how they develop over the years. Jack Del Rio, I think, is a fine coach, but I think he's going to plateau somewhere. I don't know where that is. It may be 10-6, it may be 11-5, it may be the divisional round, it may be the AFC Championship, but I think that top will come. I don't think he's going to be your Super Bowl coach, and I think you're fine with that. I think you're saying, okay, let's see how far we can get with Jack Del Rio. Once Derek Carr proves he's great, once Amari Cooper proves he's great, once Khalil Mack proves he's great, then we can bring in a big guy who will love to come here and coach. Maybe John Gruden would love to come back. So I think you're fine with that for now, but I'll be tracking that over the upcoming years. Kansas City wins this game. They're the 5th seed. They get to the privilege of going to Houston. This is the easiest playoff team right now, next to the Bengals without Andy Dalton. So this is, and next to Green Bay, because Green Bay is bad right now. That's just the case. So Kansas City loves this fact. They went to Houston week 1, and they kicked their asses. Now, this is a different Houston team, but that is significant, and we'll see what my prediction is on Wednesday. I'm going to keep going back to that. All right, next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks that kicked the Arizona Cardinals' ass today. Wow, I was not expecting this. I've been saying for the past 3-4 weeks that the Cardinals are the best team in the NFL, that they're my Super Bowl favorite right now. They looked horrible today. Oh, my God, the Seahawks, but why do they lose to the Rams? That's so odd. That's so weird. But once again, the Seahawks are in contention for the Super Bowl. They are a Super Bowl threat. And Minnesota won the privilege of facing them. We'll see how much of a privilege that will prove to be. Man, Seattle looked great today. Russell Wilson has finally entered the pantheon of the great quarterbacks and will ascend to that level and probably take the throne. Once Tom Brady, I'm not sure he's going to be the best, but he'll definitely be in that discussion for the next, 5, 10, 15, not 15, 10 years. So 15 is too much. 15, people like to say 15 years. No, that's a little too much. But hey, 10, okay. So we'll see how Russ Wilson continues to develop. But right now, he's officially entered that pantheon. Doug Baldwin is putting up #1 wide receiver numbers. Wow. This is something you could never even talk about in years past. He's doing it now. They're doing it now. They're a threat. Look out, NFC. Next. I don't even know what's next. Next, the 49ers. They beat the St. Louis Rams. The Rams continue to be a joke. And they're the best joke. Okay, I'll give you that. Of all the jokes in the NFL, you're the best joke. You're mediocre. It's funny. We laugh at you. And I guess that's and then you laugh at us because we're saying, well, at least they're 7-9. You're 4-12. Okay, that's cute, Rams fans. You're still 7-9. You're going to continue to be 7-9 for the next decade if you continue to have Jeff Fisher. This is absolutely absurd. I'll give him this. He's the most consistent NFL coach I've ever seen. I've never seen an NFL coach more consistent than Jeff Fisher. This guy's good. How do you do this? This is difficult. Ask any coach to have within one win the same record for the next 4 years. They won't be able to do it. That's hard stuff. Jeff Fisher, you're good, man. You're a good, mediocre coach. But you lost today, and the 49ers, very scrappy. They won this game. I predicted them to win this game. A lot of you thought I was crazy. Well, and Todd Gurley was out, and that's all I needed to hear. The 49ers are scrappy enough to beat a Todd Gurley-less Rams offense, which is absolutely horrible without Todd Gurley in the lineup. I mean, we're talking about Case Keenum throwing to Kenny Britt and Jared Cook. I mean, what a horrible offense. And you saw that on display today. I think that's it. All right, and then we have one more. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the Tampa Bay starting to scare me. I really want to be progressive, and I really want to say, Tampa Bay's coming in 2016. Look out for Tampa Bay in 2016. But I have a little caution and trepidation because they were really bad in September. They were, for the most part, they were really bad in December. October and November, they were good. They're going back down. This is their season, okay? It started low. Okay? This is bad. This was a horrible day for Jameis Winston, who was getting better at not turning the ball over, had some turnovers there. Maybe it was only one, I don't know. I saw the one. I'm not sure if he had more. Point is this. They still have some stuff to work on. I'm not going to jump on the Tampa Bay bandwagon yet. They have some work to do. And Lovie Smith is looking like a lame duck. He's going to be there. I'm not sure people want him to be there. We'll see how that situation develops. Carolina 15-1. Okay, can you win playoff games? Because there are some difficult wildcard teams, difficult road teams that will be coming to your house soon. Coming to your house soon on television. The Seahawks could be coming. The Packers could be coming, although I doubt it. Really, I think it's the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are coming. I'm spoiling my predictions. I'll talk about it Wednesday. So stick around for that. Wildcard predictions coming out Wednesday. But hey, okay, so Tampa Bay loses. They have some stuff to work on. Carolina, they're great. We get it. Can they win in the playoffs? That's the thing we need to figure out. Until next time, James Carter TV. I'm out. Peace. Also, stick around for tomorrow of my coverage of Black Friday, Black Monday. Each and every coach that gets fired, I will be here to talk about it. Coach is already being fired, but I'm just going to wait till Monday to talk about it. All right, guys. Until next time, James Carter TV. I'm out.